all deal with conflict, and in today's Parents in Action, we're learning how to teach kids to deal with it appropriately. Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine editor Angela Ardolino is here now with some tips. Always good to see you.
You too.
Well, of course, as parents, we know that kids and their siblings can fight on a regular basis, but there's also some other conflict and other places that kids can deal with it, like at school. So What do we do as parents? You say communication between us and our kids is key.
Yeah, so teaching kids how to deal with conflict is so important, not only when it comes up with the problem with another kid at school or even a teacher or yourself when they get a little older and you want them to do their chores and things like that. So use that opportunity to teach them that opinions, everyone has an opinion, and they sometimes state those opinions as facts, and so that they need to understand that just like they have an opinion, the other person, the other teacher may have an opinion, and so to look at it and see their point of view and understand why they may be feeling that way about something. So it's very important that they understand the difference between an opinion, a fact, and that everyone has them and that everyone thinks that what they think is true. So it's very important that they understand that.
Now, what do you tell them in terms of how they deal with a problem that they may be having, and if they're not ready to share what's going on with a parent or a friend, how do they deal with it on their own?
I think one of the most important things for parents to do is to understand that if they want their children to trust them, respect them, and listen to what they're saying, that the parents have to allow their children to do the same thing. And we know kids come up with some crazy ideas and think it's the end of the world, so it's very important for them to communicate and take the time to sit down and write down what is the problem? How do you think you could solve that problem? Have them write down a bunch of different solutions. And sometimes they may not get what they want, but they need to understand that that's what they may have to do to work through this problem. For instance, if it's an unreasonable teacher and they don't agree with what the teacher is doing, they need to understand, I need to learn how to communicate with my teacher. What could I do to solve this problem? Otherwise, it'll only hurt them. So they need to understand how to work through conflict, difference of opinions, so that they can solve those problems themselves.
Yeah, simple advice that could save a life.
I know.
Always good to see you,
Listen to your kids.
Absolutely.
And they'll listen to you.
Absolutely. Great advice.
Thanks.
And Angela will be back with us next week on Halloween on Thursday. We'll talk about some ways to keep kids safe on the big night. And if you missed any of Angela's points, you want to share the information with another parent, just go to abcactionnews.com. You can also find help with a variety of parenting issues at tampabayparenting.com. And while you're there, you can sign up for a subscription to Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine.